something else I want to touch on about best friends. Me and Boo favored each other a lot, mainly because we was big, bald-headed. And when, like one of us got in trouble, we just called the other one and do a switch. Boo had called at me one day, telling me that he got somebody following him. He pulls up. We had, coats and stuff that match each other, similar to the one that he had. He called me and told me to put that on. He gonna come in and I leave out, get in his car and drive around. So he came in, I got out, went up to the car, got in and drove around. And sure enough, I spotted the people following his vehicle. So I took him out to Northland. At that time, we used to do in and out. I go in one door and come out the other and get into another car while they followed me inside Northland. And their car over there by Boo car, I would get into another car and drive off. I have somebody else pulled up out there waiting on me. And I pulled off, so now they stuck with Boo car on the other side of the building. We jump out. Well, so I said, I get out, get into the car, we jump on the large freeway that was right there. Whew, we back on the east side by the time they realized what went on. The government asked me about that one day. I said, yeah, that was me. Because they said, yeah, and you and him did it before. We had to pull you over and it was you. I was like, well, so? It ain't like I knew y'all was following him. And even if I did, I'm still going to, help Boo out. Because like I said, at that time, we was all still cool. We didn't start turning against each other until Boo realized that he was doing too much stuff out in the open. A lot of people knew about it. Because I spoke to him many times and told him, man, you leaving too many witnesses. Too many people know what you did because you talk about it, this and that. You do something, you keep that to your chest, in your chest. Don't let it out. You let it out, people gonna know what you done did and how you did it because you sit there, you telling them. No, you done gave witnesses against yourself. Do something, do it on your own. People gonna know that it was best friends that did it. You had to do it a certain way. They gonna say, man, that sounds like best friend did that. Do shit on the down low. Everybody gotta know what you're doing. Reggie realized, and I ain't talking about Rockin' Reds. I'm talking about the other Reggie. He always kept things to himself. When he wanted to do something, they call him Little Reg. He went and did it on himself, by himself. He didn't go out there with 4 or 5 other guys when they going around popping people. That was messed up. That's why I gave him a little respect for his doing. Even though he really wasn't cut like that, but he kept it to himself. Stacy was just out there. Stacy was just out there. I don't know too much about what he did, but I know that one time when we hit the guy when he came out the store. I was driving a van. Him and Chuck got out and started blasting the guy. I think it was Stacy that went back and shot him a couple more times just to make sure, because it looked like he was moving. But we got back into the van. I was like, man, I didn't know this was going to come about because I wouldn't have been with them because I don't want them to have to turn on me later. And well, Boom was there. Yes, I was there only because we was riding around Warren Avenue when we spotted the guy, and they said, follow him, man, follow him. So I did. He pulled down there, got out, went into the store. I got out, went into the store. Then I seen him looking. I said, oh, man, I keep forgetting that. I do look like Boo a lot. You might think I'm Boo. So basically, I just looked around, and I left out the store. A few minutes or a few seconds later, he came out, was headed towards his car when Stacy and them lit him up. I was like, That fool came out the store. I would have found me another way out that store with so well, even if you think somebody following you. If Find you another route. Don't do what you done did when you got there. But I don't know if he owned the store or he knew the people that was there. I just know that when he came out, that sucker, they hit him. And I know he told the government he did it. He probably also told me, yeah, well, Boone was driving the car, the van. Cause hell, it was my van. I'm like, man, you're doing a hit out of my van? Shit, those are my real plates on the back of this damn bag. You know, I don't know if somebody see y'all running back to the van or not. Somebody could have caught my plate number. But either which way it goes, I made sure I got rid of that van and told the police, somebody stole my vehicle. So in case somebody did get it, well, okay, well, it was stolen. But, yeah, they also, like what happened up in New York, we took some drugs up there, you know, and we was going to put it in this place for them to hold it for us. Which guy knew the girl, so he assuming that the girl was good for holding it. Yeah, she helped it all right. Then she ran off with it when we went back to go get some more. Then we came back to put that with that. The girl ran off with it. He was mad. Man, what the hell, man? Like, the only thing missing is that, the keys. He was like, man, that was almost 100 keys. I said, yeah. But where the girl? Man, I'm gonna go find her husband, and that's where that heifer at. He found the husband. Of course, the husband was at his shop. We knew quite a bit about the girl anyway. So we went up there to the husband's shop. We asked them, hey man, where your old lady at? First thing out of his mouth is, I ain't seen her in 2 to 3 days, man. Why y'all asking me? Well, of course, me, I don't like the way he was talking, so I said, watch your mouth. He was like, man, I'm just saying, just watch your mouth on how you speak to us. Looked over at me, I looked at him. I said, man, do this, man. I'm giving you 72 hours. You got 3 days. Find your old lady. Either you bring her to us or you give her a number and tell her, remember, you better stand there and make sure she call it. Because if not, I hope you got a rocket ship because you're going to need it to get off this planet. We leave. 3 days later, of course, on the second day, we was watching him anyway, just in case he went to her or whatever. But we figured the first day he wouldn't do it anyway. Most likely he'd do it the second or the third. We don't know if he called her or what, but of course later on we found out. He did reach out to her, and she told him, go to hell. You ain't got nothing to do with this. Stay out of it. From what he tell us, that, man, I told her, man, I had nothing to do with it, but she talking about that. I put myself into it because I was, hey, I'm just saying one thing. Tell her to bring back our shit, and we won't make her disappear. Because she won't like it if we catch her on our own. Bring back what you stole. Third day, he boo-hooing about, man, excuse me. Third day, we snatched them. And of course, when we snatch people, they usually, turn into a little girl real quick. I ain't trying to put girls down, but that's what he was sounding like. Oh, my butt. You stepped into this world with us. Now, you're going to have to pay the consequence, which is basically, you can lose your life in the worst way. That's when I pulled out my knife. Shoom! He was like, man, you gonna stab me? Oh, no. I'm gonna fillet you. I'm gonna slice and dice you. So I grabbed his arm and went across his arm with it, and the skin came off. He was, oh! Yeah, you didn't even feel it, did you? That's how sharp this sucker was. So you didn't even feel it when you just seen the skin dangling over your hand. Couldn't move his hand because we got him, tied down to the chair, legs tied, neck tied, so he couldn't even move. He had to watch everything. My friend wanted to take a safety pin and pin his eyeball back too, so he had to watch, then keep closing his eyes. We want to see how tough you is, tough man. You talking all that miserable. I don't know what she this and that. You better start talking. He said, man, I called her, man. She got all loud with me and hung up the phone. I called her back and she's talking about that's my problem. Well, yeah, it's your problem. Now, you going to give us information on where she at or what phone number you called. He gave all that up, true enough. And he called several places. We went to them. One was her mama house. We go there and we spotted that out. And we also spotted that her mama driving a new vehicle. Like, whoa. Ain't no way the heck she could afford that. So, of course, the mama met her unkindly death because of her daughter. We figured, well, knock off the mama. The daughter went to show up for the funeral or the family meeting or whatever. But before that came about, we already found out where she was because people talk. For money, people tell anything. They'll do anything almost for money. That's why I was kind of shocked that Cat Williams said what he said about that $50 million. He had to protect that hole. Well, she didn't have nobody to protect her because they basically was telling about how she was pushing the keys out of such and such place, and cheap too, man. You could get them cheap from her. So we went by and paid a little notice to the spot. Okay, they got 2 people on the door. That means she paying them to guard that door.